Hello! So I'm going to be unboxing 3 Matchbox. Probably throughout the videos you're noticing I have a lot of Matchbox videos. I do buy way more Hot Wheels throughout the year. However, Matchbox right now, those are the only ones that I seem to be finding. So those are the ones I'm buying and I'm unboxing. I really like these little cool retro boxes that these cars come in. Normally I find them in the normal blister packs, but I was out hunting and I found these 3 cars in particular in the old retro Matchbox boxes, and so I decided to pick those up. First up is the 55 Ford F100 delivery truck, and the cool part about this one is I know Hot Wheels made it, I believe, in 1999. The 56 Ford, though, it was a 56 Ford. And I remember distinctly finding that vehicle because I got to Walmart and I was able to go through the dump bin before a couple other collectors, some my age and some their fathers, got to it. I remember finding that 56 Ford. I apologize if this plastic is making a noise. I forgot about this part. But I was able to find that before they all got to it. I remember picking it out, and all the other guys around me were like, "Oh, you just found the 56 Ford." So, there we go. So there's the 55 Ford from Matchbox. I would imagine they might share the same casting, but I don't know. This one does look a little different. Probably a little bit less fender flare than the Hot Wheel version of it. Probably a little, I think it might be a little bit different of a windshield. My whole collection is not where I currently reside, so I can't really do cross comparisons right now. I apologize for that. Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to have a location where I can have all my cars together and I can do a lot more with my videos and quality and cross comparisons, give you a real good knowledge base of a vehicle and information about it, as well as some stories and memories that I have of them. But I just thought I'd share with this one. Yeah, it's a nice vehicle, nice truck. So next up is the 59 Chevy Wagon. Now wagons are clearly a hot commodity right now. The Volvo wagon came out. I did pick that one up. The CTSV wagon, or the CTS wagon, it wasn't the V version of it. The CTS wagon. Car collectors overall, even in real life, huge wagon people. So anytime I find a wagon, I try to pick it up. What's interesting about this one is the canoe on top and luggage, and that's kind of fun because it kind of makes it more of the family wagon. But also, it's more of the removable parts again, I believe. Watched some videos of guys telling me that this is removable. Yep, it is. Again, probably more how I'd like it, but I'm glad that I have the option of having the canoe and luggage rack. Even without it, though, it looks really good. I like it. And I guess with it, it looks really good as well. But it's a great looking wagon. And again, wagons are super popular. But I would like to comment on this piece. Just like in the Toyota Tacoma, it's interesting how Matchbox is coming out with removable pieces. I would imagine someday that the collector value for some of these cars is going to be determined based on whether the piece is still with it or intact. My dad shared a story with me about his Chaparral car that he had when he was a kid. It's Hot Wheels Chaparral car, and it had a huge wing on the back of it. And he let somebody play with it, I believe, and the wing got lost, and he was never able to find it. And that was something that he always kind of regretted or felt bad that he lost the wing to the car. It kind of takes away the value of the car and takes away the kind of even the presence of the car. But either way, it got played with as a kid, and that's kind of the cool part, is that it to get played with. So I know now I'm a little older, clearly, and I have some of these cars, so I won't probably be losing these pieces as maybe a child would. But I would be really happy if these cars get played with by children who buy them. I remember when I was that age, and I would have totally taken this thing off and ditched it, because I thought, well, what is a canoe for? I mean, you can't even really put that in the water because it has 2 pegs sticking out of it, so man, ditch that. But I would just use the car. But, you know, eventually those cars are worth something to somebody who's willing to pay for it. So, kind of cool how they're coming back out with removable pieces. And will be interesting to see, maybe as the years progress, what the value of those cars are worth, and to who the value is worth, or to whom the value is worth. Last up, the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. I found interesting information on this car the other day. I'm not a big Mercedes fan, but I know that this car is a very hot commodity. And I learned that the reason why there had been a Mercedes hiatus for Hot Wheels and Matchbox is because they didn't have a licensing agreement with them. Kind of like the whole Ferrari licensing agreement is no longer with Hot Wheels right now. So you will not be able to find a Hot Wheel Ferrari in any of their lineups, which is kind of driving the price up of Ferraris on eBay and other places that you can get them, simply because you can't find them on the pegs. And that's a whole nother blog that I'm going to get to, because holy moly, I've been searching and they are expensive. Anyway, Mercedes has now renewed Mercedes and Mattel or Matchbox kind of came to agreement that the licensing is back, and so they're able to make the SLR McLaren. And it's sort of a new casting, but it's not. I was able to pick up the one, I believe, in 2009. I can't remember, I apologize. But I have the first editions one of these in Matchbox. And there was very few of them produced, I came to find out. And that car is worth a lot of money on eBay. And I have one of them. And again, I apologize, I can't show you, so I guess you'll have to take my word for it. But I do have it. And now I'm glad to finally find one in this one, with the license renewed, that I can actually open it, because I really don't want to open that original edition one. So here's the new edition one. And this car in real life is obviously very limited as well. So I feel like, in some regard, it's kind of cool that the original of this is kind of limited to a certain amount of models, because the actual car is very limited in number as is. There we go. So there it is. Mercedes SLR McLaren. That is a hefty car. That's pretty heavy. I would imagine that would do very well on the track. On a downhill race, at least. The front end might be a little too far for any, like, boosters or loops or anything. Well, loops or curves. Yeah, so there are 3 Matchbox models that I decided to open and unbox for you, share a little bit of my past history with them and thoughts about them. Thank you very much for joining me. I look forward to making another video and sharing that all with you. Thank you very much.